Hello everybody. Well, I thought today I'd show you the paintings that I finished off yesterday. Now this one was the first one of 2020 and its title is Riptides. And it's the way that I felt about 2019, the energy, the amount of chaos we've been plunged into politically and economically and culturally in America. And it's like we're caught in a riptide. Riptides are really beautiful in real life, but they're deadly. And it made the painting made the statement about how I felt about it. We're being pulled into the undertow and drowning in the situation, and unfortunately it's mostly because of one man, our president. And this is the other one, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's snowfall. The first snowfall of winter, and over a lake, and it's title is Reflection of Winter's First Snow. And so I finished these yesterday, and today I'll be starting in on some new ones, and I'll be working on Tink's little outfit I told you about in the last video. Health-wise, today's been a real bad flare-up for the fibromyalgia. It's like having lava poured over my skin, and my knee feels like somebody's got a vice grip on my leg just above the knee and just below the knee, and it's tightening, so it's like a lot of pressure and it just hurts. Everything hurts. Well, that's normal. I've lived with it ever since 1993, so it's not anything new, and I'm not complaining about it because it's just a fact of life. And even people that don't have fibromyalgia, as they get older, they have more aches and pains, and it's just a normal thing in life. And another thing about my fibromyalgia is that back about 1994, 95, a friend of mine his mother was dying of cancer, and she needed a housekeeper companion for the last few weeks of her life. And I went to stay up in Inola, and actually up Claremore, with her, and until my friend and I managed to get a house in Inola to stay at. But I took care of her, and the problem was that the 10 acres on which her house was situated was extremely infested with ticks, and you couldn't step outside the door and walk 5 feet without getting 20 or 30 ticks on you. I ended up with a really severe case of Lyme disease from tick bites that summer, and so it added to problems I already had after having a spinal injury and the nerve damage, and that was what eventually led toward the fibromyalgia just going in full mode. And so that was one big thing. Another thing which really is much more worrying to me because I don't have insurance or the money to pay for it, I'm going to end up having to have surgery done in the not too distant future. But it's one of those things that because the money's not there and the insurance is not there, it just has to wait. Even if it means that it could be life-threatening, it has to wait. That's just it. The money's just not there. It's too much money, and if I spent every penny of my disability income for the next 10 or 20 years, it wouldn't cover the cost of the surgery that's going to have to be done. So, rather than get myself further in debt and maybe, saddle family members with trying to settle an issue that's not their fault, not their problem, I just decided to put it off. And I am living my life to the fullest, and I am enjoying my life, and I'm choosing to spend my money on the things that are going to give me joy in the time that I have left. And some people would think that that's, that I should go ahead and throw myself deeper into debt over medical bills and not do my art and not do my reborns and the things that bring me joy. But at this point in my life, it's important that I just take care of me and do what's right for me. And so I'm hoping that the situation financially does change this year so that I am able to afford to go ahead and get the surgery done. But in the meantime, I just take care of me and Mischief and Cookie Monster and my boyfriend and have a good life. So, I hope everybody's having a really good day today, and I hope that and Robert Stephan is over there in his chair watching TV. He sits in that chair. I bring him in here and he sits in the chair every morning when I get up. And as I'm doing my housework and stuff, he's right there close by to where I can, if I start having an anxiety attack or something, I can take care of that attack more quickly by just holding him and cuddling him. And I'm incredibly bonded to Robert Stephan. I didn't think I was going to love a doll this much. When I was like 3, 4, 5 years old, when my dad gave me Abigail, which was a walker doll that could wear a like a 2 or 3-year-old's dresses. It could wear a size 2 or 3. And you could hold her hands and she could walk, and if you turned her upside down, she would say, "Mama!" And she had the little eyes that open and close. Well, that doll was my favorite doll when I was a child. And she had black curly hair and blue eyes. And I've been looking for a doll like that for years, since, my mom got rid of all of my dolls when I went into the army, she got rid of all my dolls and she got rid of everything I already owned. Didn't put any of it up in the attic thinking that I might want it someday. And so when I found out that Abigail had been gotten rid of, I vowed to myself that I would one day have another doll like Abigail. And I've been looking. I found dolls that were similar but not Abigail. And so one day I will have a doll the same size that does the same things. Um, and I don't remember whether it was Hasbro or Ideal that was the actual people that put out the doll. It's called a walkie-talkie doll. But it was just, it had jointed knees, and it was, hard plastic. And the stomach area was a different kind of plastic than the arms and legs and the head. And was the body was more like a melamine type plastic. And so, and it had the holes punched in it where the voice box was at. It is beautifully done, sculpt for the hands and the feet. Were just, the arms and legs were just beautifully done, and the face. For that period of time, back in the 50s and 60s, that doll was very lifelike in the face. So I think that was one of the things, whenever I got involved with reborns, the lifelike dolls, it was so important to me that the dolls are incredibly lifelike. And so I think that's why when I look at a doll, a reborn kit, what I'm looking for is something in the expression of that doll that, like Robert Stephan, just makes you go, oh, I want to hold you. You look so alive. And just the feeling that there's life in that doll. And it's something I'm looking for. Well, here I am blathering on again. So I will let you go, but thank you for watching. If you've watched this far, please like and subscribe, and I really, truly enjoy your comments below. Thank you so much for all the kind comments. I love you all so much, my YouTube family and friends, and I will talk at you later. My email is in the description below, norwoodpatricia48@gmail.com. If you want to get in touch with me, I would appreciate it. I promise to respond, and my Patreon page is listed in the description below, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.